Hello everyone. As you can see on this channel, I really love doing different types of rankings. So I decided to start going through the best colleges in the USA and to choose the best 10 players that came out of them. I will start with North Carolina University, where probably you know who is going to be number 1, but what about other numbers? UNC produced a total of 102 players that played at least one game in the NBA. Wanna see the top 10? Let's check it out. Number 10. Kenny Smith. Smith was the 6th overall pick of the Sacramento Kings in 1987 and would later be named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team. He averaged 13.8 points, 7.1 assists, and 1.5 steals per game in his first season. He was one of many North Carolina players who tried to win NBA Slam Dunk contest. He tried 3 times, in 1990, 1991 and 1993, and lost all of them. His career with the Kings was short-lived, eventually ending up in the Houston Rockets in his 4th NBA season. There, he played with one of the all-time greats, Hakeem Olajuwon, and earned back-to-back NBA titles in 1994 and 1995. I think everyone remembers how he set up NBA Finals record for most threes in a game with 7 in Game 1 of 1995 NBA Finals against Orlando Magic. I know, now 7 doesn't look like much, but back then it was like 10 or 11 right now. In his whole career, Smith scored more than 9,000 points and assisted over 4,000 times. His last NBA game was on April 1997. A year later, he joined TNT and is there until now. Number 9. Brad Daugherty. He was the first overall selection by the Cleveland Cavaliers in 1986 and would earn NBA All-Rookie First Team honors. Daugherty stayed in Cleveland his entire career, becoming the Cavaliers' all-time leading scorer and rebounder. Unfortunately, both records were surpassed in 2008 by LeBron James in points and Zydrunas Ilgauskas in rebounds. Daugherty appeared in 5 playoffs with the Cavaliers, but never was able to get that elusive title. Can you guess who stopped them in 3 of those seasons? Yes, it was Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Daugherty was a special player and would probably rank much higher on this list if his career had lasted a little longer, and he would probably still own some of Cleveland's records. He only played 8 seasons before calling it quits due to back problems. His best statistical season came in 1991 when he averaged 21.6 points, 10.9 rebounds and 3.3 assists per game. Number 8. Jerry Stackhouse. He was picked as the 3rd overall selection in 1995. With the Philadelphia 76ers, he earned a selection to the NBA All-Rookie First Team, averaging over 19 points per game. Halfway through his 3rd season, Stackhouse was traded to the Detroit Pistons, where he would put up the best numbers of his career. In 2001, he led NBA in total points and finished 2nd with an average of 29.8 points per game. Stackhouse scored a career-high 57 points against the Bulls that season. He also added over 5 assists per game, 1.2 steals and shot 35% behind the arc. He had a successful 18 years career, as he also played for Wizards alongside Michael Jordan, Mavericks, Bucks, Heat, Hawks and finally Brooklyn Nets. He scored over 16,000 points, which ranks him 6th overall along North Carolina alumni. Number 7. Rasheed Wallace. Wallace wasn't exactly the most beloved Tar Heel of all time, but that mostly had to do with his attitude on the court. The man could ball though. Wallace was the 4th overall selection by the Washington Bullets in 1995, where he was named to the NBA All-Rookie Second Team. His stint in the nation's capital city only lasted 1 season, as he was traded to Portland the following year. That's where Sheet would put up some of his best numbers. In 2002, he averaged 19.3 points, 8.2 rebounds, 1.3 steals and 1.3 blocks per game. His most rewarding season came in 2004 with the Larry Brown-coached Detroit Pistons. Making an improbable run through the playoffs, Wallace and the Pistons took out a Lakers team in the finals that was led by the duo of Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. Rasheed Wallace was also one of the first big men who extended his play beyond the arc. Sheed is the only player in NBA history to record multiple seasons with 100 blocks and 100 three-pointers, something he did 4 times during his career. Number 6. Antoine Jamison. Jamison was picked 4th overall by the Toronto Raptors, but would immediately be traded to the Golden State Warriors for the rights to fellow Tar Heel Vince Carter. Jamison earned NBA All-Rookie second-team honors that season. In 2001, Jamison played his first full season. He started in all 82 games and averaged a career-high 24.9 points per game. He also averaged 8.6 rebounds, 2 assists and 1.4 steals per contest. During that season, Jamison became the first player to score 50 or more points in back-to-back games since Michael Jordan in 1987. Jamison is a 2-time NBA All-Star and one of only 3 Tar Heels that scored over 20,000 points in his career. In 2004, he was selected as the 6th Man of the Year, when he spent a lonely season in Dallas Mavericks. Then he tried to pull Washington Wizards back to the contention, but because of Gilbert Arenas' health and gun inclinations, that was not possible. Number 5. Billy Cunningham. He might not have looked like the prototypical basketball star, but the man could ball. His stunning hops earned him the nickname Kangaroo Kid. Cunningham was the 4th overall selection by the Philadelphia 76ers, where he would become yet another Tar Heel to earn NBA All-Rookie first-team honors. In 1967, Cunningham helped lead the Philadelphia 76ers to a 68 wins regular season and his only NBA title. The team was so stacked that year, he was actually having to come off the bench. Billy Cunningham's best statistical season came in 1970, when he averaged over 26 points, 13.5 rebounds and over 4 assists per game. That year, he would make his first of 4 NBA All-Star appearances. That helped him earn a spot on the 50 greatest player in NBA history. After his playing career, Cunningham became a successful coach, leading the 76ers to an NBA title in 1983. He was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 1986. Number 4. Vince Carter. He was traded to the Toronto Raptors for Antoine Jamison during the 1998 NBA Draft. That season, he proved the Raptors made the right choice, earning NBA Rookie of the Year honors with almost 96% of the votes. Few players have displayed the leaping ability of Vince Carter, which sometimes casts a shadow over his other abilities on the court. In his prime, Carter was also a great shooter and a pesky defender. His best statistical year came in 2001 with the Toronto Raptors, averaging 27.6 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, almost 4 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.1 blocks, and nailing down 40.8% of his three-pointers. His career spanned 22 seasons, currently the longest in league history. He is the only one who played in 4 different decades, starting in 1990s and finishing in 2020s. Just a few weeks ago, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Number 3. Bob McAdoo. He was chosen 2nd overall in 1972 by the Buffalo Braves. In his first season, McAdoo won Rookie of the Year honors. He followed that up with 3 consecutive scoring titles and an NBA MVP. The best of those seasons was in 1975, when he averaged 34.5 points, 14.1 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 1.1 steals and 2.1 blocks per game. Despite his ridiculous numbers, McAdoo was named as a great player with a poor attitude. Because of that, he played for 7 different teams during his 14 years in the NBA. Bouncing from losing team to losing team throughout his career, he finally landed on the Lakers in 1981. There, he flourished once again, this time coming off the bench. In just 4 seasons with the Lakers, McAdoo was able to help the team to 2 NBA titles. He eventually left the NBA to play 6 more seasons in Italy. Number 2. James Worthy. He was the first overall pick of the Los Angeles Lakers in 1982 and was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team that season. Despite his first overall selection and accolades as a rookie, Worthy had to sit behind the great Jamal Wilkes for the next 2 years. In 1985, he finally got his calling as the starter and never looked back. His best statistical season came in 1990 when he averaged 21 points per game, 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.2 steals and a field goal percentage of 54.8. While his regular season numbers are nothing to gloss over, he did his best work in the playoffs. That earned him the moniker of the Big Game James. He is the only player of this list other than Michael Jordan to earn Finals MVP. Worthy averaged 21 points per game during his career in the NBA playoffs. He is a 7-time All-Star, a 3-time NBA champion, and was one of the 3 Tar Heels named the 50 greatest player in NBA history. Number 1. Michael Jordan. The GOAT was the 3rd overall selection by the Chicago Bulls in 1984. His earnest dominated the league from the jump, averaging over 28 points, 6.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists and 2.4 steals per game. Obviously, Jordan took home the NBA Rookie of the Year award. Due to his flying and high scoring, people often forget how good a defender he was. Not only does he rank 3rd all-time for steals, he also averaged 5.3 assists to go with 30.1 points per game. Through his illustrious NBA career, Jordan won 6 NBA titles and a Finals MVP for each. That was done with 2 three-peats, separated only by his 1.5 years playing baseball after his father was murdered in 1993. Is he the greatest player of all time? Only LeBron James can be mentioned in this discussion next to MJ, but not for me. I was a kid finding a love for basketball when he was dominating. He was the reason for me to get up at night when I was 7 or 8 years old to watch him play. Doesn't matter who will come in the future, for me he is the greatest of all time. Okay, that's it for today. Let me know in the comments which university or maybe players coming out of high school I should cover next. Thanks for watching and I see you next time. Bye!